Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, the video companion for AstroChiron.com, or should I say welcome back if you've been with the community for a while. We have reached the halfway point of the Zodiac. Libra's place just right of center on the zodiacal wheel points toward its mascot, the balance. Libra is both the mediator and the mirror. It is the midpoint between the first and personal side of the Zodiac and the second, more worldly side. In fact, this is why Libra represents the idea of the other as much as Aries represents the self. This is reflected in Libra being the cardinal air sign as it takes initiative in socializing with and understanding others. And you should stay tuned to the end if you'd like to hear about my take on Beyonce's Birthtime, which has been super topical recently in the astrology community. So to begin with, we'll start with Libra's balanced expression through feminine features. The first thing that I always notice is that they have noticeably symmetrical faces. Libra is obviously known for balance. As I mentioned, their mascot is a scale. In fact, symmetry is literally how we perceive beauty on a psychological scale. Libra ascendants would have Venus as their ruling planet, so her influence would make these natives simply very beautiful. These women tend to be pretty makeup on or makeup off, from a distance or up close, in person, all of that, and this is all due to this symmetry. They have a small head that tends to be squared, which they share with the Taurus rising natives, which is their fellow Venus-ruled sign. These squared heads are supported by prominent jawlines that point toward rounded but prominent chins. Their cheeks, however, protrude more than usual. I'll call them apple cheeks, as I have them as well. They're especially notable when they smile, which makes these cheeks very prominent. Their eyebrows are either naturally bushy or otherwise extremely noticeable, and these brows frame almond-shaped eyes. Every time you read like a romance novel or a fanfic or whatever, the lead always has almond-shaped eyes, so I guess that's a very conventionally beautiful eye shape. As for the eyebrows, Beyonce and her family are known for their brows. Solange, their mother, Miss Tina, and Solange's son, they all have a distinctive and slightly uneven brow. The Beehive even calls it the Beyoncé brow, I believe. Lastly, their nose and mouths are always close together for Libra ascendants. Obviously, all of our mouths and noses are right there beside each other, but these natives have noses that either go down a little farther or their top lip goes up a little more. Either way, there's very little space there in between the two. As for the guys, they have large, mostly wide foreheads. This is especially prominent on every single man on the screen. I'll do my best not to pick on anyone in particular, but oh boy. They have smaller eyebrows that frame small eyes. Honestly, all of these guys look very different to me, but this particular feature is still present on every single one of them, but in different expressions, as their eyes are all different shapes. I suppose their eyes are really small compared to, I guess I'm comparing their eyes to their big ass foreheads, which I just talked about. Like their counterparts, they have very symmetrical faces, and this tends to make them prettier. Finally, they have small mouths with very little cheek definition, and this gives them a pretty flat face. This is especially noticeable on Savage and August Alsina, and even Harry there. Kendrick has a little bit of the apple cheek action going on that I mentioned earlier, but he is also smiling in this picture. So this video is brought to you by me. I am the astrologer behind AstroChiron.com, the one-stop shop for all astrological readings, articles, horoscopes, and art. I have a free ask feature that you can use for quick questions that I will respond to via blog post. Readings range from $25 to $200, whether you want 3 questions answered in detail, all the way to a thorough hour-long or more reading for me personally via phone or video chat, discussing your entire natal chart, the aspects within it, and each planet's placement. The first 20 subscribers to this channel will gain access to all 20 plus written and live readings at a 40% off discount. Again, that's AstroChiron.com, AstroChiron.com. Don't forget the hyphen, and join our community today. As for their lives, Libra risings are known to be with their or a significant other, whether professional or romantic. So for example, obviously Jay-Z and Beyonce are considered a prime example of a power couple. I even did an article about them on my website, the link for which will be in the description. B's tie to the top rapper of all time did a lot to help boost her solo career and has certainly shaped her business acumen today. Jay-Z did say he's not a businessman, he's a businessman, and now Beyonce is certainly a businesswoman. Similarly, all of Britney Spears' romances, from Justin Timberlake to her marriage with Kevin Federline and then her more recent marriage, have all been highly publicized and seemingly very impactful in her life. Brittany is very much influenced by whichever partner she's with at the time, whether it be for her benefit or for her detriment. That's very much a Libran thing, mirroring their partners and those they deem as equals. These cases are tied to Libra being the sign opposite of Aries, the sign of self-identity, while Libra represents the other and the partner. This is why these folks are very centered around their partners, as these people tend to be someone who shapes their identities. If not one-person people, these natives are certainly serial monogamous. For example, we have Harry, who has been linked to Taylor Swift and Olivia Wilde and even to 2 of his former bandmates. Side note, I know some of you guys were the ones reading those disgusting One Direction fanfics. Finally, August is known for his entanglement with Jada Pinkett Smith and more recently for his unestablished sexual orientation. He may or may not be in a romantic relationship with the guy that he's been hanging around with, but of course that's none of our business. I'm just reporting on it because, it fits the Libra aesthetic. Like Taurus risings, they're known to take significant periods of rest. While Venus is a planet who is associated with money, she is not associated with hard work. Libra ascendant natives need to take breaks if they plan on putting out good work while also being their best self. They're not powerhouses by any means, as they prefer to work smart, not hard. They need to take time to themselves and relax and find some balance. So for example, Raven-Symoné takes a very long break from releasing music to pursue her acting ventures. We must remember that Raven was famous for acting on The Cosby Show primarily, but the first venture of singular notoriety that she had was when she was a rapper in the early 90s. And Beyonce, I do believe I'm going to mention her in every single one of these points because she's simply Beyonce. Anyway, she goes long periods of time between album releases, during which she is mostly out of the public eye. I mean, Beyonce isn't out there anyway, which is totally due to her Scorpio moon, but we'll do those placements later. She takes noticeable breaks, and then when she is out, it's always a distinctive era. We've had the Renaissance era, the self-titled era, the Lemonade era. We've been quite blessed. Then we have Harry and Kendrick, who are also not on the usual 2 albums in 3-year cycle that most of the artists seem to be on these days. They each seem to take their time on their artistic endeavors and, like Beyonce, capitalize on their restful periods to truly get their work done, be it touring or recording Pulitzer Prize-winning masterpieces. Libra risings can best be found with their best friends, significant other, or business partner. Basically, if you're used to saying this person's name in conjunction with someone else's, they're probably a Libra rising. Okay, if you made it this far, you made it to the rant, so here you go. And I'm not editing this isn't scripted or anything. I'm gonna ramble, I'm gonna hem and haw, so here we are. She released the birth certificate in her Cowboy Carter lookbook, and it's like you guys have never seen an official document before. Okay, so I look at a lot of birth certificates because I'm an astrologer, so that it tracks that I would know how to read one. But Beyonce's Birthtime, and I'm good. I don't know if I'm going to post a picture of it because I don't know if that would be copyright infringement. And I don't want to share anything from her lookbook that anyway, we'll see. If I don't, I'll just describe it pretty well. Her birth year and her birthday and her birth, all of that stuff is at the top row of information. That's her name, the year she was born, the day she was born, and the year she was cut off, which I know is just the people who think that she was born before 1991. I know they're just sick. They're just foaming at the mouth over there. But those things are cut off, as in her birth year and whatever comes after that. Now, as someone who reads birth certificates, I know that that's where her birth time would be, if it's even on the birth certificate. Most birth certificates actually don't even have, sorry, that's my cat. Most birth certificates don't even have the birth time on it. They, especially I don't know, I know mine does. I was born in 1997. I know that my siblings do, but my mom's didn't. My mom didn't have her birth time on hers, I don't believe. So she was born in 1960. So it's just a matter of what county you're in and what state you're in. I don't believe that 947 or 43, whatever time is on the bottom left corner of her birth certificate is her birth time, because it would be up there by her birth year and her birth date and her place of birth, all of that, Harris County and Houston, all that stuff is up there. Why would her birth time be at the very bottom where people sign those things? So that 947, and a lot of people on the internet are on my side on this. Well, not specifically on my side because I'm not the originator of this, but I didn't see their arguments when I saw this. I saw the birth certificate and I said, that's not her birth time. And then I saw other people saying this too. That 947 before it has, I hereby certify something, 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 very blurry. That's showing that that's when they filed her birth certificate, or that's when they signed it, or that's when, you know, some clerical thing happened. And that wouldn't have happened right after she was born. They have to, like, she has to be born. Her mom has to make sure she's good. She has to get cleaned up. Her mom has to be good. They come in the room late. Like, I don't know if any of you have been around the birth process, but they don't sign the birth certificate right there. Some parents don't even have the name yet. Anyway, I've gone on too long about this, and I probably am going to end up editing it. But what I'm saying is, 947 is not when Beyonce was born. People have been pulling things, talking about she's saying she's a Martian, and she's this and she's that, and oh, she must be an Aries rising. Oh, she must be a Scorpio rising. I may not be right. My article that I'm going to post in the description here is not definitively correct. It is a rectification of her birth chart, which could be wrong, but she's not an Aries rising. She does not have the forehead. She is constantly talked about with Jay-Z. Yes, she's Beyonce singular, like at her job, but as a person, she's always with that man. She's always with it. Anyway, I'm not going to list the reasons why she's a Libra rising. That's what I did in that very long article that I wrote that you guys should all read because I worked very hard on it and it's very good. But yes, 9:47 p.m., whatever the fuck it said, it is not her birth time. Thank you. Either way, I'd like to thank you all for watching this video and listening to my rant. Whether you're new here or you've been following me for a while on various social media, your views are super important to me. You should stay tuned for Scorpio Ascendant. We just covered Aries' opposite, but next we'll discover Scorpio, his shadow self. The war general, not the warrior. The knife, not the hammer. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on these notifications to keep up with the community. As for now, I think new videos are officially going to be coming out on Thursdays, so stay tuned there. Thursday is Jupiter's day, and I'm trying to teach you guys something, so I figured Jupiter Day is fitting for trying to teach. In the meantime, you can visit astrochiron.com for frequent updates, from horoscopes to articles to astrology news. Either way, thank you guys so much, and much love.